Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today, we're going to be getting into a little bit of a pick a card. They're going to be some pretty short messages, but this is a message from your inner child, what your inner child would like you to know, maybe what needs to be healed or talked about or recognized. Okay, so we have 5 piles today, hence why the messages will be a little bit shorter. Pile number 1 with the amethyst, pile number 2 with the selenite, 3 with this chrysocolla, pile number 4 with this key, and then pile number 5 with this, I believe it's rose quartz. Okay, the the timestamps are down below, guys, in the description and in the comments. So I will see you guys at your pile. Toodles. Hello, those of you who chose pile number 1 or this amethyst heart. This is going to be your reading on what your inner child has to say to you. Okay, excuse me. Spirit, inner child of pile number 1. Can I please get some messages to pile number 1? We have the 3 of Swords. Your inner child wants you to know that the dark times are over. You are not going to continuously be hurt and betrayed and abandoned like you may have been in the past. They want to let you know that in order for that rainbow to come, sometimes it has to rain, but it will not rain forever, right? They also want to let you know the reason why you get hurt so deeply is because you feel so deeply. You care so deeply. You love so unconditionally. So when you give your all, you give your everything. When you love from the very center, core of your being, of your heart. And they want to let you know that it's not always going to be cloudy. It's not always going to be rainy. It's not always going to be so cold around you, right? Things will start to brighten up. Things will start to get a little bit easier. But there's also a sense here of you guys sort of, bear with me, being a little bit addicted to the chaos, a little bit addicted or very much used to and conditioned to thrive in the uncomfortable. So there is what we call a comfort zone, right? We all know about that. But there's also, with people who've had and grown up in a lot of trauma, there's something that they develop called the uncomfortable zone or the uncomfort zone. And it is where you get comfortable in the uncomfortable because that is what you know. So sometimes the easy, sometimes the genuine, like the nice people, the easy situations, the things that aren't so difficult may actually have the reverse effect on you and be a little bit scary, feel a little bit unsafe because that's not what you are used to. You're used to having to fight, or you're used to having to just it's just you're used to the pain. You're used to the trauma, you're used to the hurt. And so you might expect that. And when it's not happening, at times maybe you might get a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous. When is the other shoe gonna drop? Right? And your spirit, your soul, oh my gosh. Your inner child wants to let you know that you don't have to keep doing things the same way. Okay? You can flip this and make a change and make a difference. You don't always have to be in fear, right? For a lot of you, fear could be one of the main vibrations or one of the very heavy emotions that you are used to feeling, right? And what your inner child is saying is like, we're safe. We can step out of this, right? We're safe. We can step out of this. Look at the 2 purple. A lot of crown chakra, third eye chakra shit here. And then we have, look, the magician. So your inner child wants you to know that however you want your life to go, it's all up to you. Don't think that because you started off a certain way, or because certain people um made you feel like things have to be a certain way, that that is exactly what it is. I feel like you might have been raised or brought up around a lot of people that were operating out of survival mode. And so this is the only way you know to do things. So this is the way you continue to do things. And your inner child wants you to shake it up a little bit, right? They want you to know that you can heal and get past this. You can start off on a new foot, but you need to allow yourself some time to rest and also believe in yourself, right? If you ever watched the Game of Thrones, we know Peter Baelish maybe isn't the greatest person, but he gets what he wants most of the time. He is always able to turn a situation or a person or a conversation in the way that he wants it to go. So that is what your inner child is saying to you. Like, you have the power in your words, in your energy, in your feeling to make things so much different for yourself. You just have to believe in that, right? Look, we have lust. What are we getting from this card? For some of you, you could be very hypersexual. For others of you, you could be um not very sexual at all. Maybe some of you could be abstinent by choice. And I do feel like, trigger warning, with this coming out underneath the Three of Swords, some of you may have some trauma when it comes to sexuality. For some of you guys, you might have had childhood trauma. Um, yeah, that's just what I'm gonna leave it at. And your inner child wants you to know that you can heal this. Like, sex doesn't have to be what you thought it was before. Sex doesn't have to be bad. Sex doesn't have to hurt. This is very heavy energy. But I'm just going to leave that where it is, because that's all I'm feeling called to say for that. Okay? Let's see. Message from Power One's inner child, please. Forgiveness. Forgiving others, but most of all, forgiving yourself. Okay? And this is not to push you to forgive anybody that you are not ready to forgive, but this is only saying that, okay, forgiveness is not about saying, oh, it's okay that you did this, or it's okay what happened. Not at all. But it is saying, I'm going to release this and forgive the situation, because I recognize that not forgiving and holding a grudge, or allowing myself to continue to harbor these negative feelings, it's only weighing me down. It's not hurting anybody other than me. And for some of you, I'm feeling like you guys could have like prominent Scorpio placements, maybe even Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising, and it might be really, really difficult for you to have forgiveness in a lot of situations, because maybe your ego, or your, defense mechanism, which is what our ego is like, well, if I forgive, that tells this person that everything that they did was okay. Or if I forgive and move forward, then I'm not protecting myself. If I don't stay in this like harsh, firm, like, and not firm in a good way, firm in a little bit of an unhealthy way. If I don't stay in this energy, I'm not protecting myself, right? And your spirit, your inner child really wants you to know that not forgiving is only hurting the self. So they want you to allow yourself to, when you are ready, forgive and move forward. Never forgive and forget, but forgive and move forward. Okay? What else does your inner child have to say to you? Freedom. Look, freedom. This is an omen of, I'm sorry, to free yourself from bad influences, confinements of your circumstances, and stagnation. Reach for higher goals, bigger dreams, and allow people to help you along the way. Never allow yourself to be held captive by other people's expectations or demands. You are in control of your destiny. Don't risk being trapped. And that sort of goes back to what I was getting at the beginning of your message, where it's like you may have been conditioned to live a certain way, conditioned to think a certain way, conditioned that life is this way or life is very black and white, but really life is what you make it. And this is just telling me that once you allow yourself to really sit and feel these emotions, let them ride, you're going to be able to basically take on a new face, right? Hence the Game of Thrones reference. But that is what your inner child has to say to you. Let's get one of these. We're actually going to get two advice cards, one from the stack and then one from the language of the flowers. So, what would pile one's inner child give them as advice? Okay. We have, it says, look, grudges, worries and what ifs, pressure to be perfect, stress, anger, other people's expectations. Wow, it's talking about grudges. I know you were talking about other people's expectations. Here, it says, put down all that fucking bullshit that you have carried with you for so long. Whoa, stop. What the hell are you carrying there? Toxic life waste. That's what. Let's work together. I'm sorry, let's work through all this shit together. Some of it is going to take time. It's probably going to hurt. Some of it you can drop instantly right now. Go on, make a choice. And I feel like that's no cat. Sorry. He was always trying to get on the table. But I feel like that's pretty self explanatory. Your inner child wants you to know that you are not alone and that they are with you through this and that you can work on healing what you got to heal and moving forward to be what you want and the person that you deserve in your life. You can be that person. Okay. They just want you to commit to the new and to the different. Okay, we already have one. Okay. It says cactus flower, endurance, hold on, you can do this. That is really beautiful. And yeah, your inner child just wants to let you know that, like, listen, we've got this. We got the power to make our life whatever it is we want to make it. So keep pushing forward, keep moving forward. But that is all I have for you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If the message resonated, let me know, and I will see you guys later. Toodles. Hello, my pile number twos who chose this selenite tower. This is going to be your reading. We're just gonna stick her now. We're gonna lay it down. Okay, let's get into it. They want you to know that you can heal anything with your energy, with your vibration, with your mind. So if you guys have been going through any like health issues or something like that, they want you to know that everything will be okay. And right now, if you've been going through a lot of like dark thoughts, difficult times, they want you to know that that energy is clearing up for you. Messages from pile two's inner child, please. We have the Eight of Swords, the Three of Swords. And I kind of want to take the back of the deck. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Actually, I'm going to take all four of these cards. Injustice. Okay. I'm getting strongly here that your spirit guides are saying that you need to allow yourself to drop the negative thinking. Allow yourself to drop the pride feeling. Maybe for some of you guys, it's like you need a little bit of help. You need a little bit of a helping hand, right? And maybe you guys are just keeping yourself in this energy of, I can do it alone, when honestly, you see that you're a little bit tied up. What is this Three of Swords speaking to? not everybody that comes to help you will hurt you. I feel like for my pile twos, you guys have really been hurt the most by people who were supposed to protect you, by people who said that they will always be there for you. This could be friends that came in and said, you know, I love you so much, like you're my best friend. I will always be here for you, and then went and did some stuff behind your back that wasn't great. This could be um parents and guardians, those people who are just, we know are supposed to protect us, but ended up hurting us the most, leaving us, hurting us, betraying us, giving us trauma. And what your inner child wants you to know, they want you to they want you to learn forgiveness, but also they want you to know that you can move on forward without being in this energy. For some of you, you have a lot of conditions. Maybe for some of you, it's anger. For some of you, it's frustration. For some of you, it's anxiety. And I feel like a lot of these unhealthy coping mechanisms, or a lot of this unhealthy ego, which is our defense mechanisms, could be directly inherited from the people that raised you. And spirit really, really wants you to know, like, you don't have to be everything that everyone else was. This is very similar to pile number one, but very different. You don't have to be anything that everything that anybody else was. You can be what you want to be. You can make the life that you want to make. You have all the tools with you, and it might not be going as fast as you would like things to go, but it is going at the pace in which you need it to at the moment. I feel like you guys have been asking for the house, the car, the kids, the money, right? And you might not feel like it's coming right now, but you feel major shifts within yourself, within your vibration, within your physical and mental body. And what your inner child is saying is, it's coming. Your manifestations are coming. It's almost time to reap those results, to harvest the fruit. However, right now, it's all about becoming the person that fits the description of the life that you want to live. So, for example, if you are wanting kids right now and you feel like, oh, conception's never going to happen, I'm never going to get pregnant, I'm never going to have children, right now, it's not so much about the getting pregnant or the being pregnant or the conception. It's very much about becoming the best person that you could be, that would make you the best mother or father that you could be. Releasing yourself from all this self hate, self loathing, and conditioning, and ripping apart all those layers that are not you. You guys, you guys are my energy workers. You guys are the people who take on so much more than you even realize. And because of this, you guys might have ideals about yourself that come from energy that's not even yours. It's like you guys absorb a lot of energy that is not yours. And because you're so sensitive to this energy, it might affect you a lot. And you might go to think like, I'm an angry person, I'm a mean person, I'm an anxious person, I'm a whatever. And your inner child is like, no, that is not you. That is things that we've picked up along the way from other people, because we're so sensitive to energy. And now you guys are breaking that down, taking it all away. So we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, and then we have Justice, which is the 11th card as well. So 11, 7, 11, very spiritual. You guys are definitely my healers, maybe my Reiki masters. For some of you, you're my tarot readers, my mystics, and my oracles. But your inner child is wanting you to know, like, everything that is happening right now, it is happening to strip you of all that is not you. I'm getting like Shrek, where he says, ogres have layers. Like, and then I'm also hearing Donkey, like, parfaits have layers. I am a nobody that ever like that didn't like a parfait, right? And it's like Shrek is trying to compare himself to an onion, right? And yes, we know onions have layers, but so does parfaits, right? So it's like you guys might be like comparing yourself to something that is not great, something that you wouldn't like to see yourself in that light. But that's just, you're comparing yourself to that because that's what you feel you are, because that's what you've inherited from a lot of other people and a lot of other energies. But it's like, you don't have to be the onion. You could look at yourself as the parfait. Who doesn't like a parfait, right? And it's just like your inner child wants you to start looking at yourself in a better light. And that is when you will get your manifestations. That is when these things are going to come to you effortlessly, when the scales are balanced. And the only thing I'm feeling like you need to do to balance these scales is forgive yourself and start to talk about yourself better, talk to yourself better, look at yourself in a healthier light. Instead of looking at yourself in the mirror physically or emotionally and saying, oh, I don't like this about me, I need to change this. Ignore those parts that you don't like about you. What do you love about you? What do you admire about you? What do you wish that you never, never will get rid of and hope to keep forever? Those are the things that you need to be focusing on, because then you focus on the things that you love, the things you admire, the things you want to keep. And that is what spirit will be sending you more of, more things that match that energy. Okay. Message from pile number one. I'm sorry, pile number two's inner child. I knew that card was going to come out. And look, I don't know where it went, but the justice card was just here. Look, it says obedience, but it's justice. We have self-worth. Your inner child just wants you to know that 3 and 2 makes a 5, right? All of the conflict, all of the troubles and the struggles that you've gone through, you can release that now. You don't have to stay in that energy. It's not serving you anymore to be in survival mode. It was serving you for a time. So don't judge yourself and say, "Oh, I've been living this way for so long and it's I realize it's not helping me. Why did it take me so long to release this?" It was serving you for a time, but now it's not serving you because you are raising your vibration and you no longer have to live in this cycle. Anything else for pile number 2 from their inner child? Look! That's so beautiful. We have animals on the back of the deck, so animals could be very significant for you. And look, she's got antlers. For some of you, Harry Potter could be significant. If that was like a movie that you liked as your child, like as a child, your inner child's like, go watch it. Go watch a movie that you used to like. Go make yourself, like, do yourself up. Go do your makeup or something like that. Like, go sit under the moon and do a spell if that's your niche, right? Do something that made you feel good when you were younger. That'll make you feel 10 times better now. And you might have a lot of trouble gathering up the motivation to do it, to get yourself to do it. You might feel a little childish, but that is what you need. You need that feel good to bring you back to what your inner child loved. Get off the table. Sorry, this cat. Get off the table. Get off. Dropping stuff. I apologize, guys. We have 11:22 on the clock. But manifestation, what was I talking about? Literally everything. The only thing that stands in between you and your manifestations, you getting these manifestations, is the way that you talk about yourself, the way that you see yourself, the way that you portray yourself to yourself. Not, this has nothing to do with other people. Where a lot of I said it was very similar to pile number 1, and there might be messages in there for you guys, but pile number 1 was very much you following or them following other people's footsteps. This is very much you learning tendencies and absorbing energy from other people, but it's the way you talk to yourself. It's the way you act and treat yourself, right? And Spirit's saying, let go of this to get to this, okay? A lot of blocked throat chakra here. This is where the self-talk comes in. Okay, so we have 2 cards. Serendipity. This is an omen that a happy surprise you did not plan for or expect is on its way. The universe has conspired to bring something of good fortune to you. This could be with love, money, health, an unexpected discovery, or recovering something thought to be gone or lost to the winds of fate. This is a favorable game of chance. That's beautiful. So your inner child wants you to know, like, don't give up. Don't give up, because the beauty is just around the corner and it's surrounding you right now, which is why you're going through all of these changes. Look, and what was wasn't I talking about a rainbow? I might have. It might be from pile number 1. But we have cleanse. The time has come to cleanse your personal space and get rid of toxic energies. What was I saying? Implement healthy habits, connect with your higher self and guides in spirit, especially your inner child, to assist you in keeping your space protected. Be mindful of negative thoughts. Release low vibe emotions, let go of toxic people, relationships, or jobs. Rise above. That is so beautiful and self-explanatory. I'm not even going to explain it. All right, let's get 2 cards of advice. Pile 2's inner child. What would you give pile 2 as a piece of advice? Look, the empathic eel. It says there was once an empathic eel with a super strong power to feel. This sometimes left her feeling blue as she absorbed all the bad stuff too. What? These synchronicities here. So many of us are sensitive, but deep empathy takes that one step further. Empaths feel everything, the beautiful, the bad, and the plain ugly. We can often put this ability to good use, but it's quite frankly fucking exhausting. Are you feeling everything right now? That is so beautiful how it aligns with everything that we've been saying. So they're saying that it's amazing to be empathic, and to be an empath is a beautiful gift. However, sometimes you might need to step away from absorbing all that energy, because not everything that you absorb is good for you. Okay? Set firm boundaries. Work with selenite if you need to. All right? I thought these were going to be short messages, but they're pretty long. All right. We have geranium virility. Shake it up a little. You've got this. I'm not sure if it was your reading where I said shake it up a little, but that is so funny. There might be messages for you in pile 1 as well. But your inner child wants you to know that you've got this. Everything's okay. You can do things differently. All right. But I just feel like I need to say I love you guys. But that is what I have for you. And remember to tell yourself and your inner child that you love them as well. Okay? Like, comment, and subscribe if this did resonate for you or help you in any way. And I will see you guys later. Toodles. Hello, those of you who chose pile number 3 with this beautiful 𝔗𝔦𝔪𝔢𝔰. Thank you, Diamond, if you're in this reading. Excuse me. A lot of throat chakra clearing. And I feel like you guys, especially with this 𝔗𝔦𝔪𝔢𝔰, need to work on expressing yourself. Oh my gosh. I apologize. But yes, needing to work on your communication with yourself, communications with your higher guides. Look, the Hierophant on the back of the deck. Pile number 3. Can we get a message from pile number 3's inner child to pile number 3, please? The 9 of Coins. Your inner child wants you to know that whatever rut you felt like you were stuck in, it is definitely coming to an end. I feel like you guys are it's something about your energy right now is very fast paced. I'm hearing slow your roll. You guys are manifesting very big things for yourself. Ace of Spears. What was I talking about? Communication. I need one more card, actually. Let me get further elaboration, please. Only one. I want to take the 9 of Cups. It just feels right. You guys are moving very fast. You guys are now moving into a cycle of your life that is going to be very favorable for you in the emotional aspect and also in your financial aspect. You guys are opening up new lines of communication between you and your spirit guides, you and your family, you and your friends, you and the people who are closest to you. I feel like family is a very big thing here, but I'm also feeling with the 2 9s, it's very much don't abandon yourself for other people. Yes, you can provide for others, but also make sure you're providing for yourself, right? Emotionally, financially. The 2 of Swords. I'm sorry, the 2 of Wands. And on the back of the deck, back of the deck, we have the 9 of Wands. There's some sort of decision that you're unsure about making. You're unsure if you should go this way or that way. And Spirit is telling you to follow your heart because right now you're very much looking at your fears. You're very much focused on what could go wrong, how you feel like you're boxed in, how you feel like stuck. And Spirit wants you to look at all the beauty in your life and looking less at where you feel you're stuck, because if you've watched, look, the world is all about ending cycles and beginning new cycles. So if you've watched the Game of Thrones, which is what these tarot cards are, if you've watched the Game of Thrones, you know that in this scene they really feel like they're fucked. They feel like they are quite literally boxed in. Goddamn cat, get off of the table. Sorry. But they quite literally feel like they're boxed in, and they quite literally feel like they're about to die, like they've got no other choice, like they're just fighting an ending or losing battle. And I feel like that's how you guys feel right now. But spoiler alert, they end up being helped. They end up having help from outsiders, or I won't spoil it too much, but they end up finding their way out of this difficult ass situation, and it is help from other people. So like I said, family is very big here. I'm getting a little like, calm down, Mira. There's so many messages that want to come through, but it's like not all of them are cohesive. So it's like you guys might be having a lot of different like ideas. Let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that. And you can't figure out, like I said, where you want to go or where you want to put your energy. And Spirit's saying that maybe asking other people for help could be something that is really going to help you. But recognize that you can ask people for help, but still very much choose for yourself. So it might be a lot of people putting their input in. It might be a lot of people telling you, you should do this, you should do that, you should go here, this is what you need to do. And maybe not any of this feels right for you, or maybe only certain bits of it feel right for you. So your guides, and most specifically your inner child, because that is what we were reading on, your inner child wants you to know it is great to take input from other people, but you should always be following only what feels right inside of you. Differences. This makes so much sense. This makes so much sense. You guys are very much learning how to look at things objectively. I feel for a very long time, you could have been in like that people pleasing type of energy where, ugh, I really don't want to do this, but this is what this person wants me to do. And I feel like, this person might be right. They have more experience. They've been on this earth longer, or they've been through what I've been through. And yes, that might be true, but they are not you, and they do not have your life path, and they made the best decisions that were best for them. You now need to choose what will be best for you, okay? This is very much taking what other people are saying, taking what other people are advising you, and taking it with a grain of salt, right? Because not everything that worked out for other people is going to work out for you. So if you're feeling like, yeah, this is amazing advice, this is great advice, thank you so much, but I don't feel it. I don't feel it. Then that is for a reason. Career. This could definitely be about your career. Your inner child also wants to say if you've been struggling in your career, I see that coming to an end, that struggle. And there was also like the tree of life on the back of the deck, right? And I'm definitely feeling family vibes. For some of you, you could be getting pregnant. For some of you, you could be pregnant. Lighten your load. Yes. Allow yourself not to feel like you have to wear the world on your shoulders or on your back. Not everything is your problem to fix. Not everything is for you. Especially, this is very much about advice. A lot of people are trying to offer their advice and put their input in, and it's just like, it's not going to work for you like that, because you guys need to go with what you feel is best for you by you, right? So allow the weight of the world and everybody else's problems and everybody else's opinions to cease in your mind. You might always have somebody saying something, but you can choose what you put your focus on. Message from pile three's inner child. Wow, your cards are just coming out so fast, and it's like, this is what we need to know. This is what my pile three needs to hear. Very short, very sweet, and to the goddamn point. And I feel like it's because you guys don't need too much of guidance. The only guidance that you guys might really need is to follow your heart, to follow your intuition. Excuse me. King of Fire. This represents a masculine energy who could be an astrological fire sign, which is Aries, Leo, Sag, or have dominant fire signs in their natal chart. A King of Fire displays traits of passion, intensity, creativity, love for community, and leadership. He is fiercely protective. He brings transformation, transmutation, and is daring, dynamic, and enthusiastic. And I feel like this could be talking about somebody in your life, but I feel like this is also you stepping into your masculine energy. For a while, like I said, you might have been very passive, very much in your feminine energy, but like, I'm not going to say not divine feminine energy, but it feels like a little bit of wounded feminine energy, because feminine energy is not afraid to speak up for herself. She does it in a way that is soft, right? Not all the time. But this is you needing to step into your masculine energy. Like, no, this is what I want for my life, and this is what I'm going to get for my life, right? Really standing up for yourself here is the key, sorry. Pile number three's inner child, what would you like to give them as advice? Look at all these purples. This is very much about your intuition. We have the sawed-off seahorse. Pissed off with people, situations incoming that get on your tits, present circumstances a pain in the ass. You know you can just tell the world to sod off or fuck off, politely or otherwise. Be strong with your boundaries and work on your coping mechanisms right now. Shout it out. Oh, and breathe. That is such a synchronistic message. I don't even have to explain that to you guys. This is more of an intuitive reading for you guys. For those of you who picked this reading, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, one more advice card from pile three's inner child. Thank you. Courage. Be brave. Be strong. Believe. Roses might be something that if you keep in your house could help you to work on this masculine energy with that touch, like keeping the balance between the feminine and the masculine. But yeah, be brave, be strong, believe, stick up for yourself, right? Be strong in your convictions, strong in your boundaries, strong in what you believe and what you say and what you know to be true for you. Okay? I just saw 1212. And that is all I have for you guys. So like, comment, and subscribe if it did help you in any way. And I will see you guys later. 1221. See ya. Toodles. Hello, pile four. Those of you who chose Hecate's Key. This is your reading. Message from your inner child. I'm hearing the, I don't know what it's called, but it's a song that's like, slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you want to be before your time. Your guides want you to take things step by step. Put one foot in front of the other. And soon you'll be walking out the door. Look, that's beautiful. So Spirit is saying your inner child is saying, yes, you want change and change is coming. However, there's a little bit of learning that needs to happen here. So with Arya, she wants to be a no-face man, right? And if you don't know the Game of Thrones, this will make sense for you in just a second. She wants to be like a no-face man. She wants to be no one, right? But she's not necessarily sure if she wants to be no one. But she wants to try and rush herself into it. And every time she rushes herself into it, she finds herself in a sticky situation, right? And at the end, she really realizes, I don't want to be no one. I want to be me, just maybe a different version of myself. So Spirit is saying, if you've been asking for change and you've been trying to control the change, and you notice every time you try to take control so harshly and so strongly in your hands and it's not working out for you, it's because there's something there that needs to be reevaluated. There's still some learning that needs to be done. And I feel like for a lot of you, you could think like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this, and be very strong in your convictions. But it's like your inner child is like, is this truly what we want? Are we sure? Are we sure that this is what we want? You need to let go of what you may think you want and be open to new ideas. This literally fell on top of my other cards. So with the Fool here, Tyrion is seen as a fool. He's belittled and demeaned as if he was like this stupid, dumb, drunk person. His line is literally, I drink and I know things, right? And it's like, there might be like, I feel like you need to allow yourself to pull back and see yourself for exactly who you are. Your inner child is wanting to say, like, don't take meaningless risks, but also don't stay so far in your comfort zone that you never take risks, right? A lot of what you want, okay, now I'm starting to piece it together. A lot of what you're thinking that you're wanting or what you're wishing for is like things that you think you should want. I want this job because my family says this job will be great for me. I want to have kids because my mom keeps asking me, when is she going to have a grandchild? You know? And it's just like you need to leave behind everything that you might think that you want and start aligning with yourself. Really, what is it that you want? If you could do, say, be, or have anything in the world without people, look, the Ace of Swords, which is literally speaking the truth. If you could do, say, be, or have anything in the world without people's judgment or without people saying, oh, no, maybe not this. Oh, I don't think this is for you. What would you have? What would you want? Right? What would you go to get? Because you can have that. You can have anything that you want. And the reason I feel like your manifestations aren't coming in is because you're not manifesting from the heart space. You're manifesting from what you feel you should have. I feel like I should be at this point in my job because I've been here for so long. But this job really doesn't, like, maybe you're like wishing for a promotion, right? But you're wishing for a promotion at a job you're not even fulfilled in. And maybe you're like, well, if I get this promotion, then I'll be fulfilled. But is that really true? If you get that little bit more money, along with the upped status, is that truly what you're going to want? Is that really going to make you fulfilled? Or is what's going to fulfill you something completely fucking different that you're not even allowing yourself to take into consideration because other people might not think it's good for you? Really think about that. Really think about that. And this makes me think of like Jon Snow. Like, he didn't want to be Lord of the Night's Watch, but everybody thought it would be such an amazing thing for him, right? So he took that position. And yeah, he was good at it. He was fucking great at it. Gotta love me some Jon Snow. But he wasn't happy. It wasn't fulfilling for him. He didn't like it. And it ended up, I'm not going to spoil it, but it ended up being really detrimental. It ended up being something that just wasn't that great for him, Even though he was great at it, it wasn't great for him, right? And your inner child really, really wants you to, like, instead of what am I great at, what is going to make me happy? What would be great for me in a way that it's fulfilling? Look, movement. For some of you, there's some change that needs to be made, especially this coming out under the death card. And look, denial. You guys could be in denial that what you want wants you and that you can have what you want because other people are telling you, no, you can't. No, you can't. No, you shouldn't. Right? And your inner child is like, fuck what they say. Go where your heart is calling you. Psychic, I'm going to take both of these. Psychic abilities. Your heart, your mind, your intuition is calling you to leave something that is comfortable but not fulfilling in order to move towards something that may not seem as stable, but it will be super fulfilling. However, you're never going to be comfortable anywhere other than where you're at if you never allow yourself to try anything different, right? Look, on the back of the deck, new beginnings. Well-being. What is good for your well-being? Not your finances. What is good for your emotional and your physical well-being? You need to go start putting more energy into doing that than into pleasing whoever it is that says you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, You have to have kids by this age. You have to be in a successful partnership. No. What do you want? Go for that. Go for what will make you feel the best. Poor health. Your guides and spirit are bringing attention to your health. There are signs of neglect, abuse, and addictive habits. This is an omen that your health needs improvement. Take time for meditation and restful sleep. Avoid bad influences and stressful situations. Your mind, body, and soul deserve the best. Know that you can heal anything with your mind. And look, wish fulfillment on the fucking back of the deck. This is a positive omen of happy endings. So your inner child wants you to know, like, everything is going to work out for you, and everything that isn't working out for you physically, mentally, with your health or well-being, health and well-being, it's not working out for a reason. And everything that you might be feeling, like if you have been going through some poor health or something like that, everything that you've been feeling, it's all because you have not been following your heart. When we have certain emotions or certain okay, so anything that is physical comes from the mental and emotional body first and foremost, right? So like chronic illnesses and poor health and stuff like that, it is always stemming from some emotional mental trauma that is being stored then in the body and coming out physically, because it has been, it's like if you ignore what's in the mind and in the emotions for so long, then it's going to trickle down to your body and your physical vessel, because I want that one. It's going to trickle down to your mind and your physical, I'm sorry, in your body and your physical vessel, because you are not paying attention to it in the mental and emotional body. So if you are not paying attention to it in your mental and emotional body, the best way for spirit to send us a sign that we are really going to listen to, sorry, had to move something out from under my cat, but what's really, as humans, going to make us listen is what affects us physically, right? Because a lot of the times us humans will disregard it unless it's in our physical world. Then when it's in our physical world affecting our physical health or um, our financial health or whatever, then we're like, oh, this needs dealing with because it's affecting me physically. But a lot of the times we really push that what is affecting us mentally back, and that is why it trickles down into your physical being. It says you're the dog bullocks, and this is your card of advice. We're going to get one more too, but your inner child wants you to know you are the dog's bullocks. I think you might need a cheerleader right now. You have no idea how fucking amazing you are. Recognize your traits, your skills, your worth. You beautiful human you. A lot of red, 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 red. And this is all about the root chakra. One more card of advice from pile 4's inner child, please. 2. Okay. We have crocus, breathe, calm, rest, stop, and just breathe. I'm sorry, and just be. Not living up to anybody's expectations, not making anybody else happy, just truly just being. Then we have camellia, peace. Be calm and calm will come. All right. That is what I have for you guys. I hope this message resonated with you. If it did, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Toodles. Hello, pile 5, my last and final pile. What does your inner child want to tell you? So immediately, it says, I love you, if you guys can read it. Your inner child wants you to know that they love you, and look at how beautifully this shines. They want you to know how beautifully you shine as well. Beautifully, beautifully, you shine as well. I feel like this is going to be a pick-me-up. I'm getting a little bit of back pain. For some of you, you guys might not be feeling very stable at the moment. You guys might actually have physical back pain. What does your inner child? I don't want that one. What does your inner child want to say to you, pile number 5? We have the Knight of Swords. Look at his face. You're just like, oh, Jesus Christ. I feel like this is your energy right now. I'm going, but I'm going because I gotta go. I'm not going because it's very happy. I'm not going because I want to go, right? Whoa. I guess I'm going to take all of these. We have the 5 of Swords, the 2 of Coins. A Lannister always pays their debts. I love these cards. And then the Page of Wands, Page of Spears. Spirit, the inner child of pile number 5. What do we need to know for this? You guys might feel like you're losing something because I'm not going to spoil too much of it. But in this card, he surrenders to someone else and basically lets go of everything that was once his and now has nothing. And maybe that's the energy that you guys are feeling right now. Wow, on the back of the deck we have the 10 of Cups. That makes so much sense for what I was just about to say. Okay, so you guys might be continuing to go forward and feeling really crappy because it's like, yeah, you're moving forward, but maybe you didn't want to move down this path. Maybe you just are moving down this path because you felt like you had no other choice. But Spirit wants to let you know that this is all happening for the greatest good, for the greater good, and you are going to come out successful. So, Bram, he has to leave everything that he knows, but in the end he comes out being, and I'm not going to spoil it, he comes out being literally the best version of himself that he could ever be. Somebody that's going to help not only himself but his community and the whole world, right? And I just saw 333. And he doesn't realize at this point in the show, he doesn't realize all the amazingness that he has coming for him. But still, you know, he keeps going. He doesn't ever give up. He continues to ride the rough ride and go forth, even if he doesn't want to, even if it doesn't necessarily feel good at the moment. And I feel like your inner child is saying, yeah, we've sacrificed a lot, but this sacrifice is going to ultimately bring us to where we want to be. Maybe you had a vision for yourself that now is starting to look and seem very much like that's not going to happen. And maybe, okay, I'm getting like split energy. For some of you, this vision for yourself is looking like it's not going to happen because you needed to be detoured and go on a different path and learn different lessons so that you could come back and then get to exactly where you wanted to be. But it's just going to take a different route. For some of you, the idea that you had for yourself was not something that was meant for you. And now, since you are leaving this behind, you are on the path to seeing or building this most beautiful future, something that is so beautiful that that you never saw it coming. Maybe this is something that you never knew you wanted. And it's after you allow yourself to leave what was comfortable, what was natural, what was something that you were so used to. It's after you leave that behind that you weigh your options, you deal with the lessons and the truths, and you get that payment back. A Lannister always pays his debts. And this is like sort of the universe saying, like, we will never let you go without. Like, we are always going to be here with you, and we will never let you pass by your fate. Your fate and your destiny and your happiness, it will never pass you by. But sometimes it might feel like we have to walk away from it to come back to it, or walk away from it to go to something that's even better. Your fate, your destiny will never, 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 never pass you by. Okay? I'm hearing for some of you, you have to fight for yourself. That could be a very specific message for one or two people, really fighting for yourself and not other people, right? Message from pile 5's inner child, please. Belonging, House of Night. That makes so much sense, especially coming out underneath these cards. You guys might not feel like you belong anywhere right now. You guys might be moving homes. You guys might be traveling. You guys might be leaving a job or just been fired or something like that. And it's like, where will I ever fit in the way that I fit, the way that I used to fit in this space? And it's just like, yeah, you might have belonged here for a while, but now that your vibration is rising and now that you are moving forward, like, you are going to come to something else that makes you so much more happy and feel so much more at home, right? But it's like, in order for the castle to be built, the tower needs to fall. Back of the deck is new beginnings here. Pile number 5, a message from their inner child. Dreams and strength. I'm not going to take these, but Spirit is saying, with the strength and determination to keep going, even if it isn't something that seems favorable right now, your dreams will be coming true. Message from pile 5's inner child, please. Just one card. Okay. Breathe and meditate, guys. Breathe and meditate. Empowerment. That's beautiful. Empowerment. Through the difficulty, you will find your power, or you have been finding your power. And Spirit wants to let you know that, like, whatever you've lost, you're going to gain back times 100. Okay? And this difficult road that you're on, it's only difficult because if it was easy, it wouldn't force you to grow. If it was easy, you would just stay in the comfortable. You know, if something is so easy, and I'm hearing, the more difficult the road, the more beautiful and bountiful the blessings, right? Look. We have providence. It is by divine intervention that your situation will be handled. This is outside of your control. Expect grand gestures from the universe and Spirit, which brings me back to this. Have faith in the outcome. There are things happening behind the scenes that you are unaware of. All that is happening for you, not against you. Stay in truth and trust the process. Beautiful. Revision. Wow, it's so amazing how everything just lines up. I just saw 1001. So it says revision. It is time to review, renew, and take a second look at your circumstances. Revision is needed for your situation. You don't have all the facts or information. Dot every I and cross every T. Don't rush the process because mistakes can be made. Changes made now will save time and energy later. So Spirit is saying if you haven't made those changes that are maybe a little bit difficult, and this is like your sign that everything will be okay, and even though it's unfavorable right now, it is going to lead to something that is beautiful, more beautiful than you ever could have imagined. Trust the process, trust the process, trust the process. Can I get a card of advice? Well, we're gonna get two, but only one from this deck. Card of advice from Pile 5's inner child. It is okay to feel this way. The echidna of emotions. It says, it is absolutely okay to be emotional. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you can work with your emotions, rather than against them. When you fully feel, you can release. So stop being a twat and just cry. Beautiful, beautiful. You don't have to be like, oh my God. Like, okay. I had a conversation with somebody not too long ago, and I was venting about something, and she was like, well, you know, and this is a very good friend of mine, and she's amazing, and she's a very good spiritual teacher as well. But at the time, I just needed to vent. I needed to allow myself to have those emotions. And I needed to allow myself not to turn it around into a lesson, because we always say, oh, yeah, everything is happening for your greatest good. Everything, like even the difficult things are happening for your greatest good. And yes, we might know that even the difficult things are happening for our greatest good, but it is okay and even crucial to allow yourself to be in that negative for a little while and feel it so that you could transmute it. Saying, yeah, this is really difficult, but like I know that it is going to get me to where I need to be. So I just need to have faith and I shouldn't be upset. That is toxic positivity. Sometimes that is toxic positivity. Redirecting the negative always back to something positive, it can be toxic positivity when you do not allow yourself to feel. So when yourself or other people around you, but mostly yourself, is feeling these negative emotions, don't always try to, oh, well, it's for me, or, oh, well, it's going to lead to something amazing. And I know that's what this reading was basically telling you, but your inner child also wants you to know, like, yes, amazing is coming out of this difficult, but you need to feel the difficult too. You need to allow yourself to understand and feel, not understand, but to feel the difficult, and to be honest with yourself, like, this is fucking difficult. This is hard. And I don't like this. And this isn't fun. And this doesn't make me happy. Right? You need to allow yourself to feel it so that you can then release it. If you don't allow yourself to fully feel, you cannot release. All right? Let's get one more message from the Language of the Flowers deck, an advice card from Pile 5's inner child to Pile 5, please. We're only going to get that one because it's the only one that fell face down. Cactus flower, endurance, hold on, you can do this. How self-explanatory. All right, guys, I love you guys, and I will see you later. Please like, comment, and subscribe if this video helped you at all, and I will see you later. Toodles.